Alright guys, you know why we're here at the desk of the scribe. We've got to talk about something that's happening really big tomorrow, October 19th, in East Carondelet, SICW. It's not just going to be a match, no. This is an event. This is the return of the Monsters of Mayhem. Now these two really go against the grain when we're talking about tag teams. Normally, traditionally, at least in the past 30 years or so, there have been a certain feel to tag teams. Either they have a very similar look, like the Hollywood Blondes, or they have a very different look, like a yin and yang feel. These two do not fit that mold. They don't come from the same area, they don't look alike, they're not opposite, but somehow they are effective, simply because they have a common bond. They just want to hurt people. No mistake about it, these are not just two guys thrown together for the sake of it. These two came together a few months after Attila Khan's return in 2018 by the hands of the legendary Big Daddy. Big Daddy brought these two monsters together and put them on the same page. That is an accomplishment that should be talked about every time these two are together. That's Big Daddy that brought these two together and dubbed them the Monsters of Mayhem. I didn't come up with that name. I've heard a few people claim that was me. No, I did not call them the Monsters of Mayhem. That was Big Daddy when he brought them in as a tag team. He's no longer with us. Don't ask me where he's at. I tried to send him a Happy Father's Day card last year. I haven't seen him. But he's the one that brought these two together. Big Daddy. Apparently he had a plan. If you rule the wrestling business, you're going to have a plan. And that plan, obviously, was to put the most dominant force in tag team history together. I'm not saying it's done. I'm not saying it's there. But I'm saying he put the plan in motion. He took these two individual instruments of destruction and combined them into one single force that simply causes desolation wherever they go. Now, since they've been a tag team, their win-loss record has not been the greatest. Early on, when they first got together, there were some disqualifications and not necessarily a whole bunch of victories. But about March of this year, they kind of went separate ways for a while, and both of them achieved a certain amount of success in the... Now they're back together, and both of them are on a hot streak. Attila Khan went on his own extreme path, which led him to two things. One, getting the attention of Travis Cook again, and now he is the ultimate weapon of the Travis Cook organization. And two, going head to head with the ECW original, the innovator of violence, Tommy Dreamer, and what I call a Khan's rules match. And he beat him. There is no excuse you can bring up. Fact is, what I saw, an Extreme Rules match, Attila Khan and Tommy Dreamer, there was no interference from Travis Cook. There was interference from Road Warrior Animal. Yeah, that's documented. He interfered. It was not against any rules. There were no rules. It just wasn't false count anywhere. And what happened? Attila Khan beat him 1, 2, 3 right in the center of the ring. Well, a little off center, but Kowalski, here's another one that's been on quite a hot streak. He's been picking up some major victories over some major names in the area. P.T. Beckham and Sid Holland recently. We saw him catch a 300-pound Sid Holland in the middle of the air when Sid Holland went for a crossbody. That is animal strength. There's strength and there's animal strength. That's animal strength. He is picking up steam. If you could not tell, I am a super huge tag team wrestling fan. I love tag team wrestling. And I'm super excited that SICW has these tag team championships. On that note, speaking as a long-time tag team wrestling lover, I would be very nervous if I were someone of status in the tag team division of SICW and I saw these two join forces once again. I don't know if this is going to be a one-time thing or if it's going to continue on after this. This could be simply a means to an end to settle some differences. But even if it is a one-time thing, this is not just any match. This is the Monsters of Mayhem back together. And now they have a common enemy. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow night. Who knows? I know the Monsters of Mayhem are going to be there and they're going to cause total devastation. And as far as Flash and Ricky goes, God have mercy on their souls.